Good morning, children. Welcome to Guru Institute. Today our topic is curved mirrors. In the last class, we have seen about the types of mirrors and lenses. Today we have seen about the curved mirrors, that is concave mirror and convex mirror. What is present in that mirror? How light is affected by that mirror whenever that is falling on that mirror. We have to see in that one. So before going to draw this, already we know that this is the concave and this one is the convex, right? So what is presented in this side, we have to see in this one. So now I have taken same yesterday's. So this is the mirror, one side shaded and one side open. Now take the three instant sticks, just keep that one 90 degrees to the plane. Then this is what, Nana? Plane. So just keep this one as a 90 degrees to the plane. 90 means what? Right angle to the plane. Keep like this. So first one. So next, second one, we have to keep like this. So next, third one. All are look like in the same height. We have to keep like that one. So whenever we have to keep that one in the same height. So they are look like this one. So now observe this one. They all are making 90 degrees with the plane. So now this one is which one, Anna? This is a plane mirror. Which mirror? Plane mirror. Suppose it is curved inwards. Curved inwards. What happened? That is a concave mirror like this. What happened? These three are meet one point or not? Just observe this one. So this is a plane. So whenever we are bending towards this one, so these three are meeting here, right? So this is a concave mirror. So let's see. So this is the plane one. I am taking the first one and second one and third one. All are making the 90 degrees here. So I am taking the normal snana. Already in the, what is the reflection? So if you take like this one, this is the incident ray. This is the incident point. At this one we have to draw the normal. And this is the refracted ray, right? So now this xy is the plane. I am taking the xy is the plane. I am taking the ON, that means normal I am taking. These are the normals. Okay, right? So whenever we are bending like this, so these all normals are meeting one point, right? So I am bending this one. These all normals are meeting like this. So mid one here like this. So this is like this only. So this one like this only. Alright. So next, coming to the second case, what happened? That is a convex mirror. How that will be, we have to see now. So this is the plane, this is the concave. So now coming to the convex. They are meeting each other. See there how they look like. So just draw like this only. So what is that one? This one like this. So this is a shaded one. Okay, here also shading like this. So first one is moving upwards. Middle one like this. Bottom one this one. See here. This one only now. So right. So this is a picture of this one. And this is the picture of this one. What happened? These three are meted at each other by extending. These three are not meted at the forward direction. So that's why we have to draw into extension. Suppose if I extend like this, what will happen? So this is one of the axis, and if I extend this one, so there's this one, and we have to extend this one. So all are meeting at this point. This point of contact. This point of contact is called center of curvature. Which one, Anna? Center of curvature. So now in this case, if we are extending like this, what will happen? These are not meted each other. They are deviated. So that's why if any rays or any lines are not meted directly, so you go for the backward extension. Suppose if I extend to the back side, so like this. So what will happen, Anna? So these are meted here. So this is the meeting point. This is called center of curvature. So this is about a concave. This is the convex. So this is a concave mirror center of curvature. This is the convex mirror center of curvature. Okay, right? So now, why we are called this as the center of curvature? For this one, if I extend this one, they all are parallel rays. They all are parallel rays. So that's why they are not meet at one point. So its center of curvature is at infinity. The center of curvature of a plane mirror is at infinity. So next, coming to the concave and convex. For the concave, the center of curvature is in front of this one. For convex, that is at the back side. So let's see in detail this one. So individually concave and convex. So coming to the concave, it is bended inside. So like this, what do you get? So concave. So we are taking a shaded like this. So what is the source for us? So this is one normal I am taking. This is also one normal. This is also one normal. These are first like this. These are making 90 degrees. I am not changing the angle here. Just I am simply bending that one. So that's why angle is not changing. Again in between this plane and this one, again it's 90 only. Again this one 90 only. Again this one 90 only. Just they are bended. That is the surface is bended. The angle between the plane and the what is that? This nails. This instance is not changed. So if I extend it like this, what do you get? This is moving like this. So this is moving like this. So this is moving like this. So all are meted at one point. So this point of contact, this point of intersection is called center of curvature. Why we are called center of curvature? Actually, concave mirror is what? Spherical mirror. It is a part of spherical mirror. How spherical? What is the 2D picture of sphere? That is a circle. What is this one? For the circle. This is called center of circle. Center of circle or origin of the circle. But we are taking not total. We are taking only curvature part. So that's why this is called center of curvature. Center of curvature. So suppose for this one circle, what is this one? From here to here, from here to here, here to here. What is this one? This is called what? Radius. What is that? Radius. Like that only. So this center point is called pole. This center point is called pole, center of curvature. The distance between the pole and center of curvature is called PC bar. PC bar is known as radius of curvature. Radius of curvature. So according to our, what is the Fermat principle? What is the Fermat principle? Whenever a light ray falls on non-transparent body, so it will be reflected back. The angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, right? So angle of incidence, that is equal to angle of reflection. So for our universe, what is the light source, Nana? Sun. I am taking the sun as a light source here. So I am taking totally sun here. Okay. I am assuming only parallel rays from the sun. So I am taking the first parallel ray from the sun that is falling on at this position, and I am taking the second one here. So that is meet at the point pole, and again I am taking the third parallel ray that is at here. So I am taking the first one at the top and the second one at the middle and third one at the bottom. So then what is this one now? Angle of, that means this is the incident ray, right? So this is the incident ray. Then automatically according to Fermat's principle, so what we have to draw, first of all, I am drawing the basic rule here. So shading, incident, after incident, this is the normal at the incident point, and again reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is our basic principle, right? So coming to this one, whenever this is the incident ray, automatically this is a normal or not? This one normal, this is also normal, this is also normal. So that's why the angle between incident ray and normal is called what? Angle of incidence. So by taking the same angle of incident, angle of refraction, you have to draw the reflected ray. You have to draw the reflected ray. So I am taking this one. We are drawing the reflected ray like this. So this is the reflected ray. Suppose I am taking this is the first one. So we are taking I1. So this is the first refracted ray. So this is the R1. Okay, right? So I1, R1 over. Now coming to here, which is the incident ray? So this bottom one is the incident ray. I am taking this as the second one, so that's why I2. So again, angle between normal and incident ray is known as angle of incidence. So angle I. So for equal angle, we have to take the angle of reflection. So before the normal, incident ray is there. After the normal, reflected ray is there. So automatically this is angle of incidence. So I am taking the same angle of refraction here. What is that one? Equal angle of refraction, that is angle R. How much it is? Suppose this is 30, I am taking the 30 only. 40, 40 only. So now we have to join this one here. So like this. Right. So this is the second refracted ray. Sorry, this is the second reflected ray. So this is the first reflected, this is the second reflected. Now coming to this one. So this is only incident ray. So I am taking this as the I3, third one. So it is moving like this and falling on the plane. That means falling on the pole. This is only normal, this is only pole. Then what is the angle between the incident ray and normal? Both are lies on each other. Then any angle is there. So simply they are parallel lines, right? Parallel lines, the angle is 0. Suppose this is 90. 0, 10, 20, 30, like that, 40 will be there. So both are lies on the same line. So that's why the angle of incidence is 0. Then automatically the obvious angle of reflection also 0. Angle of reflection also 0 means that it will be going on the same manner, going back side. Okay, right? So I think that one, this is the R3. What do you observe now here? In the first case, angle of incidence, I am measuring the incident angle. So this is the normal. I am taking the equal reflected angle. I am drawing this line, first line. So next, in the second case, this is the incident ray. I am taking the incident angle. For equal that one, I am taking the reflected angle. I am again drawing the reflected ray that is going like this. So in the case of third one, this is called principal axis. What is that? Principal axis. That means main axis for this curvature. That means this concave mirror. So that means the axis or the normal which is going through the pole of the lens. That means pole of the mirror. Pole means nothing but the midpoint of the mirror. So that is called principal axis. So whenever it is passing through the principal axis, what will happen? The angle between the normal. This is only normal, right? So normal and incident ray, the angle is 0. So that's why the reflected angle also 0. So that's why that is going on the same line. Then what will happen? So if you observe this one, these are 1, 2, 3. These are incident rays. So we need not require the incident rays. Why? Because the image is formed always due to the reflected rays in case of mirrors, due to the refracted rays in case of lenses. So we need not to think about the incident rays. Whatever the incident rays will coming from all incident rays will coming from the object only. Whenever that the incident rays are falling on mirror or lenses, if they falling on mirror, they get reflected. If they falling on lenses, they get refracted. Whenever the reflected rays or refracted rays meet at one point, at that point only the image will be formed. So automatically, where will be they are meted? They are meted here. So in this position, the what is that? Image will be formed. Here image is formed. Here image is formed. So this large amount of the sun is formed like a one point image. So I am taking sun means that means object is at infinity. Object is at infinity. This is forming like this. It is forming a point image. That means all the incident rays are focused at this point. Yes or no? So that's why this point of contact, this point of focusing is called focus point. Which one? Focus. This is called focus or focal point. This is focus or focal point. So now coming to this one, if you observe this one, P, F, C. What is C? Meeting of all normals drawn to the, what is that? Curved mirror. That is center of curvature. And this is the pole. So this F is nothing but what? Point of intersection of reflected rays. Point of intersection of reflected rays after reflection. So they are focused at this point. This is the focus. If you observe this picture, simply what do you happen? What do you find this one? In between P and C, F is the midpoint. Just clearly observe this one. We have to draw here little bit clear. So this one. So without the rays, I am drawing this one. So this is which one, Anna? Mirror. For our mirror, always draw the shading. So this is the principal axis. So what you get here? This is C. This is F. If you observe this one, so first what is the method to draw? First one, mirror, then shading, then pole, then center of curvature, then principal axis, then focus, right? So here C is called center of curvature, F is called focus or focal point, and coming to the P, that is the pole. By observing this picture, this one or this one, this is only the single one. So F is at the exactly midpoint. Therefore, the distance between PF and FC are equal. So simply in the circle, the radius is indicated by which one, Anna? Smaller. But here already smaller notation we are given for the reflected rays or refracted rays. So that's why. So this PC, this total PC bar is given by radius of curvature. Which one? Radius of curvature. In the circle, suppose this is the center of circle. So this distance is called what, Anna? Radius of the circle. Like that only. But you are not taking the circle. You are taking only some curvature part of the circle. That means some curvature part of the sphere. So that's why this is not center of the circle, center of the sphere, this is the center of the curvature. So automatically this is called what? Radius of curvature. That's why the name is radius of curvature. So this is called radius of curvature. It is indicated by capital R. So this total length is indicated by capital R. So now coming to this one. So then PF. PF is nothing but the distance between pole and focus. That is called focal length. That is called what? Focal length. PF bar. That is focal length. In the focal length, what is the first letter? F. Already capital F we are using here. So for this length, we are using small f. We are using small f. From this one, what we can write, Nana? See here. Observe this one. According to mathematics, PC. I am taking one of the line segment. PC, and this is the midpoint. Then automatically what happens? If you measure this one, PF plus FC is equals to PC. Yes or no? Right? So PF plus FC is equal to PC. So that's why. So PF length is what, Nana? F. PF is equal to FC. PF length and FC length, both lengths are equal. So PF is equal to F means automatically FC also F. But this total length PC is equal to how much? R. So from this one, what we can conclude that totally R, that is equal to F plus F. How much F plus F? 2F. So from this one, we can conclude that R is equals to F. R is equal to F. That means the radius of curvature is 2 times to the focal length of the concave mirror. Or also this is applicable to the convex mirror. So this is about the, what is that? Pole, focus and center of curvature of the concave mirror, and whenever the rays are falling on that mirror, how will we act is like this only. So simply if you observe this one, the light rays are parallel to principal axis, it is passing through the focus. Okay, whenever a light ray is falling on the principal axis, it is simply return back. If you take vice versa, parallel to the principal axis, passing through focus, and passing through focus parallel to the principal axis. This is about the totally concave mirror. So now we have to see about the convex mirror. So what do you observe from this one? So in the concave mirror, after reflection, they are meted directly. The reflector is meted directly. So that means that meeting directly we call as converging. Meeting directly we are called what, Nana? Converging. Okay. So always image is formed in front of the mirror only. In this mirror, image is always found in front of the mirror only. Why? Because focus point here. Wherever the reflector rays meet at the point, that meeting point only we are giving the image. Always it forms the in front of the mirror. So like this only. Now we have to observe in the convex mirror how the image will be found. We have to see now. So in case of convex mirror, okay, right? I am drawing the convex mirror. So like this. So what happens in the convex mirror? The shading is this side. Okay, right. So I am taking the same to same. In the before one, I am seeing this one already. You have. So what is that one? These are not meted. This meeting directly means concave. In the convex, what happened, Anna? These are not meeting directly. So by extending, we have to see this one. It middle one as it is. So this is the bottom one. So this is the top one. I am extending like this. They are not meted here. Why? Because they are deviated. But coming to the back, if you extend it back side, so they have chance to meet back side. Okay, right? So whenever we are extending back side, they are meted at this point. So the normal's meeting point is known as what, Nana? Center of curvature. Already we see in the concave mirror. So this is the center of curvature. So now we are going to draw the, which one? Observe the formation of image in this one. So as usual, this is the pole, this is the center of curvature. So now we have to observe the focus and formation of image. So again, what is our main light source now? Sun. Again, I am taking the sun picture here. Sun. So from this one, like a previous case, again I am taking the parallel rays. So parallel rays means I am taking this one. First case, this one, I1. And as usual, this is the second case. This is I2. As usual, I am taking through the, which one, Anna? Principal axis. So this is I3. This is I3. So I1, I2, I3. Okay, right? So again same. Again like a, what is that? Again same. From the Fredholm principle, basic principle. Incident ray, normal, and angle is equals to angular. So that is going like this. So we have to use this one, Anna. So same principle. So what is the angle? So this is normal only. Again, this is only normal. This is the normal. So angle between normal and incident ray will give you which one? Normal and incident ray will give the angle of incidence. Okay. So next, normal and incident ray. What happened? They are lies on the one and each other. So angle is 0. So obviously they are written back. So here angle between incident ray and normal, that is angle I. Okay. So for same angle we have to use this one and we have to draw that one picture. So now we have to see this. So what you happen for same angle I? Suppose this is some 30 or 40. I am taking same 30 or 40 here. Angle R. So next, here also what happens? Angle 0 means again angle 0. Again it is going like this only, R3. So coming to here, angle I. So I am taking this equal angle. This is angle R. So now what will happen now? So simply this is moving like this. Coming like this and moving like this. Why? Because in the mirror, what happened? That is reflected back, not entering into the mirror. So here also this is moving like this. So this is R1, this is R3, this is the R2. So if you observe what happened, whenever if you want the image formation, already we told in the previous sessions, what is that? Always image is formed due to the, what is that? Meeting of reflected rays or refracted rays. But in the concave case, what happens? They are meted directly after reflection. But coming to here, if you observe that one, these are meted directly. This is going like this. So this is going to the upside, this is going to the downside. They are not meted directly. They are moving like this. So they are moving, one is moving like this, one is moving like this, one is like this. So they are not moving like this. In case of concave, what happened? One is moving like this, one is moving like this, one is bending like this. So that's why they are able to meet here. But in this case, what happened? One is moving upwards, one is moving downwards, one is straight. They are deviated. So if you are going like this, for anywhere, they are not meeting directly. Suppose if you go back side, what happened? They have a chance to meet. So let's try if they are meted or not. So let's we check. So, okay, right? Let me extend. Okay, right? They are also meted. Okay, this is the point. So then this point of intersection is called what, Nana? What is that? As usually you know that focus. What is that? Focus. That's it. This is the picture about convex mirror. What is the difference? In the concave, these three are presented in front of the mirror. But in the convex, this is inside the mirror. That means the image is always formed inside the mirror in the convex mirrors. So from this one, what we can conclude that pole is the middle of the mirror, focus is inside the mirror, center of curvature also inside the mirror. Again, same rules. F is at the midpoint of these one. So automatically for this one, for simplification, we have to draw like this. See here. So what is this one, Anna? So this is the shading. This is the principal axis P, and this is C, and this is F. If you observe this one, what will happen? PF and FC both are equal. So this is F, and PC is called again radius of curvature R. From this one, again R is equals F plus F. What you will get, Nana? 2F. Again it's proved. R is equal to F. So this is about the, what is that? Nature of light. That means nature of image formed in the convex mirror. Both the mirrors are same, Nana, but the simple reason is in the concave mirror you have to get the image in front of the mirror. But in case of convex mirror, you have to get the image always inside the mirror. That's it. Okay. So from this one, we can conclude that which lines we are taking. We are taking only parallel lines to the principal axis. Parallel lines are falling on the mirror, so that is passing through the focus. That means they are moving like this. If you extend that, that is passing through the focus. Again here also parallel to principal axis, passing through the focus. Passing through the principal axis, that is again written back. Why? Because the angle of incidence is 0. Obviously, angle of reflection also 0. For the remaining, here we are taking only the parallel rays. So if you take the remaining rays, that means not only from the sun we are getting the crisscross lines, crisscross rays and parallel rays. I am taking only parallel rays. If we are taking the another rays, how will it be? That will be seen in the another classes. Okay, this is the basic nature of the concave mirror and convex mirror, and the names of this one: pole, focus, center of curvature. Pole is nothing but a quick review of this one. Okay, right now, pole is nothing but the midpoint of the mirror, and the F is the point of intersection of rays after reflection, whether directly or indirectly. If it is directly meted, that is called converged, that is happen in the concave mirror. If it is that is indirectly meted, so that is called diverged, that is happen in the convex mirror. Okay, right. C is nothing but point of intersection of the, that is point of meeting of the, what is that, normals, either directly or indirectly. If they are meted directly, that means converged. If they are converged, that is in the case of concave mirror. If that is happen in case of diverge, that means if they are extended backside, they happen in this one, that is a convex mirror. So that's is Nana. So today's we are discussing only P, F, that means P point, F point and C point, PF bar, PC bar. Okay, right? So PF is nothing but F, PC means R. From this one we can conclude that R is equals to F. So that means the radius of curvature of any mirror is 2 times the focal length. Focal length means the distance between pole and focus. Radius of curvature means the distance between pole and center of curvature. Always we have to find the distances in case of mirrors or in case of lenses from the pole only. Why? Because pole only the reference point to us. Okay children, this is our today's topic. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and share to your friends. If you have any doubts, please post on the comment box. For regular updates, subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.